Time for new strings. All right, a little early, but I got a live feed. And the doors are open for the tribe. Stephanie's here. Hello, friend. Yeah, I just got in. Not even time to for my client session. Not even time to put the laundry in. But I wanted to be here and go live. So as I always say, first one in line gets the best virtual seat in the house. And tonight, pull a chair right up to the foot of the stage. Tonight, that's you. Busy day. Woo! Oh, but I made sure I was here just in time. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for checking in. First one in, but also first distance tribe member. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty busy. Daughter and I went shopping in Farmington. Oh, good. Sometimes getting out and doing a little shopping. Not a bad thing. Good for the soul. Whatever gets you through your day. Spending time with family. So good for you. Yeah, sometimes when I'm having just a low vibration, low energy day, there's a massive antique store in Gilbert, which is right next to where I'm at in Mesa. It would take you 4 hours minimum, like to take your time to go. It's awesome. And it's just a great place to go. I just like looking through old stuff sometimes and looking for old records and everything, and it just kind of clears your mind. And it's a little shopping, so that's fun. Kevin Jean, the McCormick clan is here. Happy hump day to you. Good seeing you. And Jean too. All right. And our newest tribes member, Stephanie, has checked in. Couple Christmas ornaments today. Yay! See, just staying ahead of that curve. When is a Santa on a motorcycle? I think I got rid of those in my estate sale. I had a ceramic Santa on a Harley. It was awesome. And the other one is Angel Wings frame. Aw, I can put pictures in. Comment never forgotten. Yeah, understood. That's wonderful. That's the form of healing. It is. Finding something nice to keep his memory alive with a nice photo. And the Santa on the motorcycle. Yeah, I had a Santa on a Harley with a big sack. It was a big ceramic thing like this big. It might have been a Hallmark store. Can't remember. Nice to bring that out at Christmas. I like that. He had a big bag of presents on his strap to the back or something, and he was on a, looked like a big fat boy maybe. Can't remember. Fun. We'll give it another minute and we'll get some music going. I just got home. I didn't want to be late, so I didn't even throw my laundry in. I had a client that moved away. All her family's still here, but she and her boyfriend live in Virginia. And when she comes into town, she books 2 hours with me before she gets here. So when I was waiting for her to show up, one of my other regulars texted me with a 911. So that's like, help, I'm in pain. So she's going through respiratory therapy school. So I ran home after my session and got another sheet set. And then I'm only about 20 minutes from my office to my rental. And then she finished her class and we met. So low back and neck stuff. She's been doing 12-hour clinicals, man, in the hospital. She's beat, and plus sitting in classes. Last January, December, January, she said, "Oh, I got another year. I'm gonna finish in November." And I said, "I know it doesn't seem like it, but November will be here before you know it." And it almost is. She's got her eye on that finish line. So it was great. So I ran back and saw her and had enough time to see to her session, and then stopped by the store on the way home and just ran in. I'll do the laundry when I'm finished. So did not want to be late for my drive. So welcome to Wind Down Wednesday. Kevin calls it Happy Hump Day. My friend and yours, Steve Poltz, he put out a song a couple of years ago called Ballin' on a Wednesday. And he tells a story. He's at a restaurant. And it was on a Wednesday, and he paid for his dinner. He just had cash, and I think he said he had like $100 bill, and the waitress picked it up and goes, "Oh, balling on a Wednesday, like big dealing on a Wednesday." So he went, song title. So I think that's the opening line, balling on a Wednesday. Some would call it Hump Day. Kevin, you'll have to look that one up. Look up Steve's balling on a Wednesday. So he uses your phrase, Happy Hump Day. Some would call it Wednesday, some would call it Hump Day, something like that. All right. Well, thank you all for being here. Let's get some music going. I never know what these sets are going to be like. On occasion, I'll pull out some of my sheets and cover sheets and then try something new, but not today. So I just kind of follow my muse. So talking about Steve Poltz. I love this song of his. So we'll open with this one. I love everything about you. I love the way you comb your hair. And I love the way you sashay in the room. Perfume lingers in the air. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love the way you lick your lips, dear. You've got fireworks in your head. And I love the way you bring me water. When I'm thirsty in your bed. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. You were surely kissed by angels. Just look at the freckles on your face. You got the devil in your eyes. You disappear without a trace. Well, I love sneaking up behind you when you're looking in the mirror. The way your eyes lock into mine, dear. Without guilt and without fear, I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. I love everything about you. Whoa, about you. Oh, that felt right. Rushing in here from my last client session without even time to do the laundry. Got this fired up with no idea what I'm going to play. And that one is always a great opener for any night. And so for tonight, Wind Down Wednesday. So, baby, if you got him, welcome. And the Batgirl has joined us from Ohio. Thank you for being here. Good to see you as always. I got a comment for you. So like the guy in who was emceeing the Enchantment Under the Sea dance in Back to the Future said, "Don't nobody go. We're going to take a short break, so don't nobody go nowhere." And I didn't know until 2 days ago. October 21st, that's the day Marty McFly went back in time. So I'm well aware of June 27th, Somewhere in Time Day. That's the day Christopher Reeve's character goes back in time in Somewhere in Time. But I did not know they had a Back to the Future Day, which was October 21st. So I had to bring that up. So Amy, my BFF, my friend Pam, I went and picked up Mexican food and drove an hour to the west side of town. I haven't seen her in probably 2 years. And but she checks in occasionally. And you guys met when for my 50th birthday, that bash that my daughter and my son-in-law threw. And she remembers you, and she said something. She said, "Oh," she goes, "when Amy checks in, and her comments are always so like," she didn't say poignant, but very specific in the words she uses. I said, "Because she's a poet." I said, "Not just reads poetry, she's a poet. And she used to teach school." So I said, she used to teach grade school. I said, "Amy's very specific with her words." I said, and as a songwriter, I pick up on that. And I said, she's really quick with her comments. Sometimes I'll have to scratch my head and look at them for 30 seconds and go, I know she's referencing something because she's very specific. And then I'll remember, oh, something I said like a minute or two ago. So I told her how much I loved your very quick, fast wit. And but she loves the way that your language, the way you respond to things. And I said, I know. I said, and I'm so OCD that even when I text people, unless I'm using shorthand like should for SHUD for should and that kind of stuff. I said, I am extremely aware of being, of my, not being punctual, so I'm tired. So my punctuation, I use commas and semicolons and periods. Even in texting, I'm very specific about stuff like that. I said, my friend John, who's a screenwriter, he's also that way. And so is Amy. I said, we share that one trait. We're very specific and intentional about what we say and how we respond, and also using good grammatical punctuation. And I said, it's something I just noticed. I'll do it even in just a short text. I have to have the comment in there, comma or whatever. It's like my OCD thing. It's like, so unless I'm in a hurry, I use the voice translator, which today I was texting a client. She was trying to meet me because I had a 911. I had to go home and get a sheet set for her and then go back. And she said there was an accident on the 60. So I asked Siri to repeat. I said, Siri, what's the latest text from her? And she read it. You want to respond? And I said, yes. And I asked her, what were the crossroads on the 60? And it said the 16 and the most ridiculous thing. So I had to do it all over. I go, this this voice translator, it makes me laugh, but when you're trying to really communicate, I'll use that. But when it's me texting, or even in emails and stuff, I'm very specific. So Pam noticed that about you, Amy, and she didn't know what it was, but it's your poetry. So and it's the way you respond to things. And I'm that way too. And John is that way as a writer. So she mentioned that the other day. She loved watching, even when you interact and say hello with her, you have a certain style about how you communicate. And I said, because Amy's a poet. So anyway, she was just mentioning that too. So she wouldn't mind me saying that. Let me see. Oh, I have one other thing, sure. Yes, love Pam. Yeah, she thinks the world of you. That's so sweet. Very kind of you, but yeah. Gotta love a good semicolon. Hey, have you heard? I'm sure you have. Vampire Weekend. I love that group. Have you heard their song Oxford Comma? Honestly, I don't think I have a Strunk and White anymore, and I'm not even sure if I ever heard of Oxford Comma. They dropped the F-bomb in there twice. It's a great song. So if you like somebody that's saying who gives an F about an Oxford comma, like in that song, they don't care. It's like, who cares? And I discovered that about 8 or 10 years ago. And it's just a 3-piece band, but they got a great song. And the lead singer and guitar player plays a Gretsch, I think. It's a great old, awesome sound. So when you said, you gotta love a good, I agree, good semicolon. But sometimes there's a place for who cares about a comma or an Oxford comma. Oh, okay, you haven't? I envy you, because the first time I heard it, I went, what the heck is this? Go to YouTube, type in Vampire Weekend, I love Vampire Weekend, and type in Oxford comma. They don't waste any time out of the gate dropping an F-bomb. It's a cool little song. You'll like it. I think you'll like it. It's funny. It's not saying you should have bad grammar. It's just like, sometimes it's like, who cares? Look them up. You'll like it. Oxford Comma by Vampire Weekend. It's a funny song. Just for follow-up for all of you that have been following my journey. So I had my post-op I had surgery 2 weeks ago Monday. So 2 weeks and 2 days, like Chuck Woolery used to say, 2 and 2. We'll be back in 2 and 2 on whatever that pyramid show was. Anyway, sorry, I'm tired. I get distracted for a second. So I had my post-op follow-up. My surgeon was not available, so I met with her PA. So as expected, because I do heal pretty quick, I'm glad about that. And I've got a extremely robust immune system, which I'm grateful for. And I'm also a really good patient. I follow pre and post-op instructions to the letter. So I have not even been out on a power walk, nothing. Just trying to heal. So as I mentioned before, so even before I took clients again last week, a week and a half after surgery, I had my friend and lead therapist Kelsey meet me at the office, and I did a quick 1 hour just to check and make sure I was not going to be in any pain or bleeding, and I was good. So I've just been really kind of light on clients, and so the agreement lit me to start normal activity. I haven't been able to go in a pool or swim or anything, no bathtub. And I still have some adhesive packing in my navel is starting to fall out on its own. She trimmed that up a little and she said, you look good. She had me contract my abdominals laying on the table and stuff. Everything's good. All that mesh is holding in there and stitches are internal. So they greenlit me for normal activity, but I still have 4 more weeks post-op. So about 3.5 weeks of, if you do go to the gym, she said 5 or 10 pounds only, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll just wait. But she said 6 weeks post-op. So I got another 3.5, almost 4 weeks to go, and then I can resume and gradually get back up to weight training and stuff. But I can go out and walk, so I'm doing I didn't book any clients tomorrow, so I'm going out to the Riparian Preserve because we got great weather here now. Back up in the 90s, but it'll be dropping down. So I'm going to go out and work on suntan. That's where my moisture wicking jerseys leave me that. These are narrower, so you see some of that tan line. So I'm going to be out soaking up some vitamin D for an hour tomorrow. Got to charge up my iPod. I was going to go out this afternoon. I packed my gym bag when I went to the office for my client that was in from Virginia. And then I got a 911 from one of my clients, and so I had to run home, get a sheet set, and come back for her. So I decided that's okay. I'll forego that. Tomorrow's a better day. I don't have anything else planned, so I'm going to get out and do a power walk and get some tan, soak up some vitamin D. It'll be good. All right, anyway, I needed to, just wanted to catch you guys up on what's happening, so that's where we're at. I'm feeling another Steve Pulse. We'll do a double shot of Steve. If you look to the east, where the sun never sets, I'll be there at the top of the stairs. You can bet. So just pick up the phone, make a call, all your own. I'll be there when you say your last little prayer. La la la, la la, la la. You hold your head in your hands, and I don't have a way to climb inside your body and just hang out instead. And everybody's asking when you're coming back, and I don't have an answer, so I fade out in the black. Who knows how I feel today? I suppose I'll slowly fade away. Fade away. And I walk so slowly through the broken glass outside, and treading oh so cautiously, wondering where you hide. And I got notes stacked on my walls and kisses oh so sweet, and all I do is wonder when again the two shall meet. Who knows how I feel today? I suppose I'll slowly fade away. Fade away. Do you hear me talking to you? Oh, hello again. How do you do? Good morning, I miss waking up and said, oh, good morning, I miss waking up with you. $100 phone bill multiplied by 5. You look like a phone to me. Hey, are you still alive? And dirty plates and bottles that decorate my floor. And I got lots of so-called friends that's knocking on my door. Who knows how I feel today? I suppose I'm slowly fade away. Fade away. Do you hear me talking to you? Oh, hello again. Good morning, I miss waking up myself. Good morning, I miss waking up with you. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Oh, there's a little double shot. Steve Poltz kicking off this set of Wind Down Wednesday. Thanks for being here. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Good to see you, my tribe, as always. So we have a 2 and 2, I see. 2 in state, 2 out of state. Steph and Amy are here from out of state, and Kevin and Gene are on the far west side of town. And I'm here in east side of Mesa, almost on the Apache Junction border. So good to see you all. Thanks for stopping by, as always. I'm grateful. So this is just doodling, waiting for my muse to give me a song. Okay, there it goes. When the rain's blowing in your face and the whole world is on your case, I would offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. The evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one to dry your tears. I could hold you for 1,000,000 years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I would never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. There's no doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, go black and blue. I'd go crawling down the avenue. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love. Storms are raging on that rolling sea, down the highway of regret. The winds of change are blowing wild and free, huh? But you ain't seen nothing like me yet. There ain't nothing that I wouldn't do. Go to the ends of the earth for you. Make you happy, make your dreams come true, to make you feel my love. There's a little Garth Brooks arrangement of a Bob Dylan song from the Hope Float soundtrack, performed by moi. For my Wind Down Wednesday tribe, thanks for checking in. Good to see you. Sip 'em if you got 'em. Any new check-ins? No. Emmy said, "Oh, gotta love a good semicolon. Yeah, merci beaucoup." Yeah, look up. When you pull up Oxford Comma by Vampire Weekend, music video should come up. One thing I love about that music video, and it's probably done in the '90s, but that guitar is slightly out of tune. You might notice that now that I mention it. And I love that. It has a retro look to that Gretsch guitar and that sound. And some of those old recordings, guitars weren't always in tune. And I remember even I read an article with Eddie Van Halen, an interview some years ago, where he said some of our records. He said, I just had the band tuned up to me. So if my guitar, he had Michael Anthony, the bass player, tune up to him. And if his guitar was out of tune a little bit, then it was just out of tune. And that's the way, or not tuned exactly. And that's the way they recorded it. And I love that because it lets you know real people actually made those records and played that music. So listen to Oxford Comma by Vampire Weekend, the music video, and you'll hear that guitar is slightly out of tune, and I love the sound of it. It's great. Sharon is here. You love which version? Oh, the one I just did, the Bob Dylan song. Thanks. Thank you. You always show up out of nowhere. Thank you. I love it. It's like peeking behind the curtain, and there she is. And it's interesting. Yeah. So listen to the solo in the middle of Oxford Comma, and you'll notice it's like a little flat or a little, I can't remember, a little sharp. The guitar, just enough where it's not in perfect pitch, and I love it. I love that. And some old Elvis songs and stuff back in those days were just slightly out of tune. They didn't have digital tuners like today, and it gives a realistic feel to those songs. Trona says, "Oh, Bob Dylan, yeah, that's the one." Hey, shall we sing together across the miles? I hear you in my head. Thank you for that beautiful video you sent me the other day of you playing piano. I always love to watch your progress when you send me those random videos every couple of months, playing piano pieces and stuff. It's wonderful. And I love your voice when you sing too. As we did on this one over 10 years ago. They hit a clock, it's 6 a.m. It feels so far from where I've been. I've got my eggs, I've got my pancakes too. I've got my meat and serve everything but you. I break the yolks and make a smiley face. I kinda like it in my brand new place. I want the spots off the middle. Don't leave the keys in the door. I never put wet towels on the floor anymore, 'cause dreams will last for so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Called my mom when she was out for a walk, and sold a cup of coffee, but it didn't want to talk, so I picked up the paper. It was more bad news, more hearts being broken, more people being used, put on my coat, pouring rain. And I saw a movie, it just wasn't the same, 'cause it was happy and I was sad, yeah. It only made me miss you oh so bad, 'cause dreams last for so long, even after you're gone. Same old story, not much to say. Hearts are broken every day. Mm-hmm. Hey. I brush my teeth, put the cap back on. I know you hate it when I leave the light on. I pick a book up and turn the sheets down, yeah. I take a good long look around, put on my PJs and hop into bed. I'm half alive, but I feel mostly dead. I try to tell myself it'll be alright. I shouldn't think any more tonight, 'cause dreams last so long, even after you're gone. And I know that you love me, and soon I know you will see you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, you were meant for me, and I was meant for you. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, there's a little Steve Polson Jewel in Sharona, and I sang that over a decade ago, at least once. I have pictures at the coffee shop, and I just hear you singing along with me when I do that. So thanks for showing up and influencing my set list tonight, which I love when my friends do. Sharona said, "Yep, Bob Dylan. Thank you. Very kind of you to say. Well, I'm a truth talker, so it's the truth." Amy says, "Sounds great. Thank you." Um, I haven't done this in a long time. It's an original. I don't, and that's why I had to do that because I don't remember. So this is a song I wrote. Gosh, probably 8, 9 years ago. There was a couple that used to come in the coffee shop when I played my Friday night sets, and they brought their little daughter in. She's like 4, 5 years old, and she had these tennis shoes with lights in the heels, and she would dance the entire time. If I was playing upbeat stuff, I was playing nice stuff for couples, and her name was Isabella, but her parents called her Bella. So you've heard me play this. Maybe some of you haven't. I'm not sure. I think Sharona has. Steph, I don't know if you're still there, if you've heard me play this. So I haven't done this in a long time. Sometimes I forget songs that I've written. I don't have a massive catalog, but I've got, and I'll go, oh yeah, I've got to learn that. So I haven't practiced this at all, but it just came to mind. So I guess my muse wanted me to play it. So I remember writing this song, and I had like 7 pages of lyrics. And I told them as they were leaving, I said, I'm going to write a song for your daughter. And I gave myself 7 days, and I finished it in 6 days. And I had it all ready to go. I recorded a demo. I didn't even have recording equipment. I had GarageBand on my iPad. And I just did this demo, and then I put it on a CD, and I had the lyrics. I think I wrote the lyrics, or I typed them up and signed it. And then they didn't come in the next week because it was Halloween. And I figured, oh, she's out trick-or-treating. And they didn't come in the next week or the next and the next. So it was like, I think the first week in January, they came back in and I said, every Friday I've had this manila envelope with this song for your daughter that I wrote, which they loved. And I just forget that I even recorded it. I think it's on my SoundCloud. I never go there. I've got random stuff. So if you go to SoundCloud and just type my name, I think I put the demo. So this is called Bella. I haven't done this in forever. So let's see. She comes through the garden, dancing her way through the lilies and the tulips as they smile and sway at the tiny ballerina with dreams in her eyes. She's the belle of the dance to me, forever and always she'll be. Now her parents named her Bella, so they'd never forget the music they first heard on the night that they met. An enchanting young maiden and a tall, handsome gent. She's the belle of their dance, you see, forever and always she'll be. Now Bella, she likes Lance a lot, and there's a whisper around town that his armor is useless whenever she's around. And when the moon casts its shadow for the 31st time, she'll be the belle of his dance, you see, forever and always she'll be. But I had journeys to take and my fortune to make, so I bid her farewell with a tear. But I never did forget the day we first met, when she danced in the garden for me. She was the belle of the dance to me. Now the sun's come and gone, 10,000 days, and I'm slow on my feet, and my hair's all turning gray. And Bella and her fella have a blossom of their own, a tiny ballerina and a beautiful home. So I sit in that garden and dream of that day, forever and always she'll be. Isabella, the belle of the dance to me. I haven't done that in a while. I missed a few notes there. I do like that song. I should practice that more. Yeah, that was a little journey writing that song. It started off with a little girl with a dragon flying through the air on a leash behind her, walking through a garden, and then when I started getting the story down, I had to scrap that because those lyrics didn't work, but as part of the story, but the rest of it kind of fleshed itself out. And I do like some, there's points in there I really like. So it started off in my mind, modern day time, but then quickly the story just took off, and it was back during medieval times, like the King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. And I don't know how I came up with that. It was just from the universe, but I like that. Bella, she likes Lance a lot, like Lancelot. One of the knights, the favored knights of Arthur, King Arthur. She likes Lance a lot. And there's a whisper around town that his armor is useless whenever she's around. Like, I love, and I like songs that I write, but there's certain lyrics that I don't know how I came up with that. I love those lines because it just fits perfectly. It gives you a good visual. So he's like a knight, and his armor, which is there to protect him, is completely useless. And anybody who's ever fallen in love with a guy or a gal or whatever knows what that's like. When that person's around you, sometimes you get cotton mouth, you can barely speak, your heart races. It's like, that's what they do. Pheromones are flying. So in that story, I like the lance a lot. Alludes itself to like a knight. And then after I wrote that, it's like his armor is useless whenever she's around. Everybody knows what that's like. And then when the moon casts its shadow for the 31st time, they were supposed to come back on Halloween, the 31st, so that's where that came from. And then I just came up with the 10,000 days, and I stopped and I went, let me Google that. And I did, and it was like 33 point something years, and I went, oh, that's realistic. So I just left that in there. So I didn't know how many years that was, just 10. I thought, oh, that's probably going to be like 1,000 years. And it's like, no, still a C minus math student. So so when the moon cast its shadow for the 31st time was referencing they were going to come back the next week on Halloween night. That was a Friday. And they didn't, but they eventually did come back. And then, yeah, so he goes off on his journey. He comes back. So the sun's come and gone for 10,000 days. So that was like 33 years. So he was gone a long time. And his hair's all turned gray. I usually look at mine. I'm not the storyteller in that song, but I do like that little song. Hope you liked it. That's called Bella. If you go to SoundCloud, I rarely even go there. I did a couple years ago when I started making music, but I would put random stuff up, but I don't even remember that it's there. I might go a couple, maybe 3 times a year. So I think the demo that I recorded for them on in GarageBand is on my SoundCloud account. So it's called Bella, B-E-L-L-A. And that was their daughter's name, was Isabella, but they called her Bella. So, and he was like 2 inches taller than me. I'm 6'2", he was 6'4", handsome guy. His wife was like 5'9" or 10, blonde, very pretty. They ended up divorcing because I remember I met him for lunch like a year later at the coffee shop. But at the time, they would come in, and she's the enchanting young maiden. So they were in their 40s, but she was tall and pretty, and he was a really handsome guy, tall guy, and a tall, handsome gent. That's where that came from. So all that was inspired by them. I've never written a song for randomly just for people. I said, I'm going to write a song for your daughter. But she used to just dance and dance and dance. And then her mom would grab her, and they would just sit and dance. She would dance to anything. And those lights in her tennis shoes and the heels would go off. So I don't know. So they inspired me to write that song. So that's where that came from. Yeah, so I wrote that for their daughter. But before that, the only person to this day I've ever written a song for is Amy. So I guess I should play her a lullaby. So I got doing the math. That was like 9 years ago. That little girl was 4 or 5. She'd be 13 or 14 today. I can't even fathom. She was just this cute little thing, and she would draw me like pictures on a napkin and smiley faces and say how much she liked my music and stuff. I've saved those. They're packed away in a box somewhere. And he says, sweet lyrics. Yeah, me too, the 10,000 days. Like Malcolm Gladwell in that book, Outliers, where he talks about to become an expert And I love his interviews where he said it wasn't literally 10,000 hours. It was just like a number. It represented putting in a lot of time. People have taken that literally. It's like, oh, 10,000 hours. It's like, not so fast. But I like that I came up with the 10,000 days too. When you go to sleep at night, remember to let your soul take flight. But if you drift away too far, I'll ride a moonbeam to where you are. The stars are calling, and I am falling. As you lay your head to sleep, counting heartbeats instead of sheep. Just breathe my name and call me there, and I'll sprinkle stardust in your hair. The moon is calling, and I am falling. If I could lay down to sleep, praying the Lord's soul to keep, the night is calling, and I have fallen. So sleep you well, my turtle dove, you'll forever be my one true love. Oh, there's Amy's Lullaby, Stardust Lullaby. So I usually end a set with that if I'm going to play it, but not tonight. I needed to do a double shot of some Bruce songs, and I haven't done that Bella in quite a while. I should play that more. I do like that song. Then I'll forget I even wrote it, and like 3 or 6 months later, I'll go, "Oh yeah, I haven't done Bella in a while." Amy says, "Wow, neat. You're welcome." I like playing that. I'm glad you liked it. Let's see. I don't know who's still left. I'm thinking McCormick Clan's here, Amy's here. I don't know if Steph's still here or Sharona. Sharona, she kind of flies in and out. I always love when she's like she's peeking from behind the curtain, and then she'll say, "See it," or she'll just go. Always nice to have all of you show up whenever you can, and gives me a reason to share my music. the springtime. Staying here with some friends and they got lots of room. You can sell your paintings by the sidewalk, by a cafe where I hope to be singing, sing. Please come to Boston. She said no. Would you come home to me? And she said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Boston ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Please come to Denver with the snowfall. We'll move up in the mountains so far we can be found, and throw I love you echoes down the canyon, and then lie awake at night till they come back around. Please come to Denver, she said no. Would you come on me? And she said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? Denver ain't your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Now this drifter's world goes round and round, and I doubt if it's ever gonna stop. But of all the dreams I've lost and found, and all that I ain't got, I still need to lean to somebody I can sing to. Please come to LA to live forever. California life alone is just too hard. I live in a house that looks out over the ocean, and there's some stars that fell from the sky living up on the hill. Please come to LA, she just said no. Boy, but you come on to me. And she said, rambling boy, why don't you settle down? LA can't be your kind of town. There ain't no gold and there ain't nobody like me. 'Cause I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Yeah, I'm the #1 fan of the man from Tennessee. Oh, it was a little Dave Loggins from my junior high days. Whose cousin Kenny did pretty good in the music business as well. Is it really that time? Wow, these hours go by so quick. Sharona said, still here, yay. Jesus, that's a goodie. Yeah, I love that song. Yep. All right, let me see. I've got time for just one more. Wait for my muse to tell me it's got to be something good. Let's see. Oh. I get these notifications from Acrobat. Keep wanting me to delete some program. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. All right. I might need some help. I wanted to do something nice and sweet, and I think my muse is not talking to me because she's leaving it up to you guys. So whatever you type in, first one gets it, I guess. I hate to do that. I don't like creating competition among friends. I'm just not. Nothing's coming to mind to play. No, I don't want to do another original. Buddy Holly, Dream. Everly Brothers is All I Have to Do Is Dream. I haven't played that in a long time. Buddy Holly, Dream. I don't know why I'm blanking on that. Or are you suggesting two things? I don't know. Which Buddy Holly, Dream? Why does it come to mind? Oh, Everly, yeah, I haven't done that in so long. Which is probably why I'm going to accept the challenge, even if I screw it up, because I like living on the edge. Dream, 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 when I want you in my arms, and I want you and all your charms, wherever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 when I need you in the night, and I want you to hold me tight whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream. I could make you mine and taste your lips so wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so, and that is why I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 dream. I could make you mine, taste your lips so wine anytime, night or day. Only trouble is, gee whiz, I'm dreaming my life away. I need you so that I could die. I love you so, and that is why whenever I want you, all I have to do is dream, 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 just dream. Oh man, I can't believe I even remembered that. Oh, that reminds me of my late neighbor Pam, who passed. She loved that song. I got to play Amy's Lullaby at her memorial, at her family's request, by the way. I sent them a couple of quick demos, and I said, oh, they wanted me to play, and I said, well, here's a couple. Which one do you want? And they responded back, and they said, oh my God, Tears, the Lullaby, that's the one. So I get to play that at Pam's memorial. But I played this at the coffee shop one night. She came in and she had her head covered. because she had cancer and had lost all her hair. And I played this song, and she was my age, and she looked at me. She goes, "Will you be playing that every Friday night from now on?" And sometimes she would come in just like at the last 2 minutes, and always, she was from Michigan too. She would apologize. "Oh, I'm so sorry." And it's like, Pam, the fact that you even showed up is, you don't have to be here for the whole set. Thank you. And she got to be there for one of Steve's house concerts. And so I remember I played that one night because I just always loved that song. And she went, "Are you going to be playing that from now on Fridays?" And I said, "If you want me to, I will." So I can't believe I remembered that. I haven't played that in forever. So that chord change to F sharp minor, I thought that was it, or F sharp, and I hit it and it was right. So it's like, thanks for that request. I do like those requests from you, especially with things I haven't done in a while, because I like living on the edge. It's like, oh man, I haven't done that in a while. So I guess I'll butcher it, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I take those as universal nudges sometimes, like, probably practice during the week and brush up on a few of those oldies but goodies that you haven't done in a while. I love that. If you go to YouTube and type in Starman, all I have to do is dream. So Jeff Bridges, my favorite actor, and Karen Allen did a movie in the 80s. You've all seen it, called Starman, where he comes down and he creates. He's an alien, and he gets a sample of DNA from Karen Allen's late husband, who was Jeff Bridges also, and basically just grows into a full-grown man. But she's got like 4 days to get him to actually to Arizona, to the Winslow, to the his spaceship's going to pick him up or he'll die, from Meteor Crater. And so if you type in YouTube, type in Starman, all I have to do is dream. They did a beautiful music video with Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen. And they intercut between the movie and them in the recording studio singing together with one microphone. And it's them singing it. And because that song played a central part in the beginning of the film, because Karen Allen's husband, late husband, was Jeff Bridges, was a house painter, and he got killed in an accident. But she's watching old, like, all of ours are the same, kind of the same age. So when our parents had those, not 16, but 8mm movies, remember they would take, and then they came out with sound. So she was watching these real movies of them. They were only married a couple of years together. And Jeff Bridges plays guitar. He has a band that he travels with, and so he was playing that song on guitar for her. So they did a music video of that to the movie. So type in Starman. All I have to do is dream, and you'll see Karen Allen and Jeff Bridges doing their own vocals to that song, and it's just, I love watching that music video. It starts with that spaceship crashing in this big fireball that he comes in on, and he's like an orb of just light, and then he finds a DNA strand from her late husband's hair, and he starts as basically a fetus and an infant, and then in like a minute or two he grows into a full-grown man, and she passes out. If you've not seen it, I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it in a while, go to YouTube and just type in Starman. All I have to do is dream, and watch the music video of that. I love that. They have great chemistry together. You'll see. It's really awesome. All right, let me see. Gene had said Everly. Okay, I did it. Sorry, mixed up. No, that's okay. The right thing, it came out. That's the way it's supposed to be. Sweet. Amy says, great set. Thanks for the music and the stories. You're welcome. You're welcome, Gene. Thank you all. Such a good movie, Starman. I love that movie. I love Jeff Bridges. And Jeff Bridges and Karen Allen are so awesome in that. And because they shot part of it in Arizona, which I love. So, yeah, you can watch that music video of the two of them doing their own vocals. They're in a studio, and then they intercut between the movie. All right, tribe. Thanks for being here on this Wind Down Wednesdays. Kevin calls it Happy Hump Day. So good to see all of you, and as always, namaste. The divinity in me recognizes and honors the divinity in you. Thank you for keeping those immune systems bolstered up, keeping yourselves healthy. Thank you also for the kind wishes and thoughts and stuff as I've been on my healing journey for my surgery the last couple of weeks, and I got a green light to return to normal activity. And then gradually ramping up in another month to weight training and that kind of stuff. So I'm a good patient. I follow pre and post op instructions to the letter to make sure that I heal well. So I'm looking forward to getting out and doing my power walk tomorrow. Thanks for being here for the music this evening, for everybody for checking in. So good to see you. I will be back on Friday for Fiesta Friday. Same bat time and channel, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time.